I got my coffee this morning at Starbucks. My favorite thing to do right now is to do, I'll do a cold brew or just a regular hot brew, and then I have them put 3 pumps of their sugar-free vanilla, and then I take my handy dandy travel measuring spoon, and I know I see the thumbs up from Janique. She's like, yes, must have the coffee. And then I measure in 1 tablespoon of half and half, and it's good. I'm ready to go, ready to rock. So before we jump into today's topic, there's 2 things I want you to do. One, I want you to tell me where you're tuning in from. Last week I had somebody from Canada, and then the week before I actually had somebody from the East Coast. So it's a lot later there than it is here right now. But it was really cool to see where people were tuning in from. So I see that Facebook is still building an audience for me, which is awesome. But that leads me to my other point. So Facebook is always doing updates and changes, right? So I noticed like 3 weeks ago, all these people that I followed on Facebook Live, I could no longer see anymore. Like their notifications didn't come up, and I'm like, wow, nobody's doing Facebook Lives anymore. What happened with that? But what I didn't realize was that it updated its platform. And so now everyone who I was following for Facebook Live, it automatically unsubscribed you to their Facebook Live channel. So when you are done, or when this video is over, I don't know if it lets you do it right now. Janique, does it let you do it right now while I'm on talking? Subscribe to Kmore Macros Facebook Live channel. So all the people that had subscribed to it, they have been manually unsubscribed and are no longer getting my messages, or I don't pop up anymore like, hey, she's on live. So everyone has to resubscribe. That's been a real chore. Because now I have to go back and find all the people that I loved watching Facebook Lives, and I have to resubscribe to them. So Janique's visiting us from Arizona. Oh, it popped up on your notifications? Okay, awesome. Melissa, where are you joining us from? I can see Brittany's on. I know my Facebook Live is a little bit delayed. So post where you are tuning in from, and then don't forget to subscribe. Okay, so that's my little spiel. So I posted this question in my private coaching Facebook page a few days ago. What is the biggest excuse that we make towards working towards our goals and being nutritionally fit, or anything really in life? And the #1 response that I get when I ask people, when I pose this question on my Facebook Live, is time. Nobody has the time, right? I think that's the biggest excuse that we make for ourselves. One of the excuses that I made for myself was, it's too expensive to eat healthy. And I can tell you right now that that is a huge excuse, because I'm spending much less money now because we don't eat out like crazy than when I was too poor to eat healthy. And that's just the truth, right? So, okay. We ate out last week twice because I'm not in contest prep anymore. So I was like, yeah, let's go eat and let's go out and have dinner. And my family of 5 and I went out and had dinner, and it was $80. That's a full week's worth of grocery shopping for me. I was like, $80? What the heck? So that is like the worst excuse ever. Mindy, I can see that you're on. How are you? Tell us where you're from, and then subscribe to this Facebook Live so that you get notifications when I hop on. Okay, so the biggest excuse that we make for ourselves is that we don't have enough time. And that's exactly what it is. Let's call the excuses, okay? So I hear a lot, I don't have enough time to meal prep. I don't have enough time to think about my food. I don't have enough time to plan things out. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time. And here's the truth, you guys. We all get the same amount of time in a day. We all get 24 hours. How we use that 24 hours is huge, okay? How we choose to spend that 24 hours is what dictates what we achieve and don't achieve in a day. And that's just simply the truth. I'm preaching to the choir, right? Because I tell myself this all the time. I don't have time to do this. I don't have time to do that. And sometimes I don't even realize that I'm using that as an excuse until I sit down and I'm unhappy, right? And I'm like, I don't feel connected to my husband. Why don't I feel connected to my husband? And it usually comes down to, I haven't made the time for him. I don't feel connected to my kids, or I feel guilty about X, Y, and Z when it comes to my kids. And what it comes down to is I haven't made the time to make that a priority, okay? So I don't even realize that I'm doing that sometimes, that I'm making that an excuse until I feel unhappy, and then I sit down and I think about it and I really do something about it, right? So that's what I want to chat with you guys today. Time can no longer be your excuse, because we all get the same amount of hours in a day. And trust me, you guys, just because I run a business from home does not mean that I have, you know, a bank account of time that I can pull out of and go, oh, look, an extra 3 hours today. What should I do with it? Oh, look, I need an extra 2 hours today. What should I do from it? We are all busy in our own ways, right? Let me show you. This is my calendar. That is busyness, okay? That's 1 month, you know, and then you could be like, well, she just wrote on her calendar so that it would look busy for this month. Well, this is March. This is April. Okay, all this stuff going on. This is May. Okay, it's busy. Everyone is busy. Everyone has time commitments. So what can we do about it? I wrote these down because they're important. When something is important, you think about it, you sit down, you spend time in it, and you write it down, right? That's a good little side tip there. So how to squeeze your time. 1, make a to-do list. I am the queen of to-do lists, okay? But it can't stop there. You need to write down every single thing that you need to do. Every single thing. Everything that pops in your mind that you're like, oh, I gotta do. The dog needs to go to the vet. I need to go grocery shopping. I need to clean the toilet today because it's looking gnarly. I need to wash my hair today because I haven't washed it in 5 days because I'm letting my eyebrows heal. Okay? Whatever it is that you have to do, write every single thing down. Write it down on a list, okay? Next thing, prioritize those things in a level of importance, right? The kids going to school, that's going to be at the very top. We got to get them to school every day on time, okay? Paying certain bills, that's going to be at the top of our priority. Making certain doctor's appointments. There are certain things that are going to take precedence, right? And we need to write those down. We need to categorize them and make sure that they are prioritized and that we get them done, okay? Now, the next thing that I want you to do is get a planner. Raise your hand if you don't have a planner, or you have a planner that you never write in, okay? You need to have a planner. You need to have a calendar. This will keep you on task. This will tell you this is what you need to do today. This is what you have going on this month. This is what you have going on next week. You have to have a planner. You have to write in it, okay? It gives you a focus. It gives you a way to prioritize things that need to get done, okay? So get a planner. Here's the kicker for that. You have to use the planner. I see Allie is on here. She's going off to college. I'm so sad. She's our babysitter that lives next door. She has saved my life 1,005.5 times. She saves us, okay? Now, she's going to college. Allie, get a planner. Use it. It'll keep you organized. Start in college learning how to make to-do lists, prioritize them, plug them into a calendar, and then schedule the non-negotiable things. These are things that are non-negotiable. These are things that I must do. They have to get done in order for me to not be homeless, in order for me to have relationships with the people I love, in order for me to have hygiene and good self-care, right? Non-negotiables. Then you can plug in the things that you want to do, things that you like to do, things that you would like to achieve, okay? Now, here's what I want you to do. The last thing that I need you to do is make a daily list, okay? So you've made your list of life, and then you've plugged it into the month calendar, okay? Kids' practices, school events, all of those things go into the calendar, okay? Now you need to have a daily list. Here's my daily list for today. Go grocery shopping, because I needed coffee creamer. And then I accidentally stopped by Starbucks. Don't tell anyone. Second thing I need to do today is my busiest day for Kmore Macro. I attack half of my clients' spreadsheets and I give feedback. So number 1, go get coffee creamer. Number 2, attack my clients' spreadsheets and give bomb-tastic feedback to my clients. Number 3, start and finish the middle of August to the end of August social media posts. Why is that important? Well, I decided to coach middle school volleyball because I don't have enough things going on, right? So I decided to coach middle school volleyball. So I know that a big chunk of my time is going to be taken up. So I need to have my social media game on point for the month of August and September so that my business doesn't suffer and struggle, okay? So those are the 3 things I'm going to do today. Now, what are some things that I would like to do? I would like to go shopping. I need coaching shorts. I need longer coaching shorts. So I would like to go shopping. My kids aren't home. I would like to vacuum and clean up upstairs, their bedrooms, and get that all ready for school to come. Now, is anyone going to suffer if I don't get those last 2 things done? No, they're not, okay? So those are my things I want to do, and then there are non-negotiable things that I have to do today, my business and those types of things, okay? Coffee creamer, hello? All right, so lastly, what you have to do after you have made a life list, you have plugged it in on a calendar, you have made a daily list with things that must get done, non-negotiable things, and things that you could do, but if you don't get to them, no one's going to die. The last thing you need to do is you need to GSD. Raise your hand or post in the comments if you know what GSD means. Get shit done. Get on it. I know I don't use curse words very often in these mothers, but every now and then it calls for it, okay? Get on it. Do it. Be a doer. Don't drag your feet. Don't complain. Get on it. Do it. Get it done and cross those things off your list, okay? Now here's the deal. Good, Melanie. I got a hand raised. Yes. All right. Here's the deal, you guys. We don't have time because we choose not to make it a priority. We waste time on so many things that don't matter. Let me give you a little short list here, okay? Scrolling through Facebook without a purpose. Oh, I am so guilty of that. Hey, Mom, will you play Barbies with me? Yeah, sure. And I sit down and I give them 5 minutes of my attention. I'm calling myself out here. You call yourself out, I'm calling myself out. So I start playing Barbies and 5 minutes into it, my brain starts to, or I see a notification pop up on my phone and I start scrolling. And now Ken is sitting by himself and the undressed Barbie that I forgot over there to put a dress on is sitting over there and I'm scrolling through Facebook and without a purpose. I do scroll through Facebook with a purpose. It's usually to learn and to follow people who light my fire and get me going and keep me focused and help me be a better functional mom, entrepreneur, wife, those types of things. That's good time spent on Facebook and Instagram. But just scrolling because I let my mind wander, not good time spent, okay? And I'm taking away from my kids because I got distracted. So what can I do? Leave your phone downstairs. Turn off notifications. Put Facebook on a different screen, not the front screen. Okay, that's what I've had to do with my emails. Okay, there's one. TV. Oh my gosh, you guys. So, like 3 months ago, I was complaining to my husband about not having enough time to do X, Y, Z for my business, and I'm just so busy, blah, blah, blah. And he so gently called me out on the 17 shows that I had saved on Netflix and Hulu and how I knew and was up to date and current on every single episode of those, yet I was complaining about not having enough time to do X, Y, and Z with my business, with the kids, with him, with things that I wanted to do. And that was not a very fun slap in the face, but it was a reality check. Check yourself right now. Ask yourself, how many TV shows do you have saved on Hulu and Netflix that you are up to date with and current with, where you mindlessly spend 45 minutes to an hour watching multiple times, multiple nights a week, when you could be scheduling, planning, food prepping to make you a better, healthy person. How many shows do you have in Netflix and Hulu? I had 9. 9 shows that are not going to make me a healthier person, that are not going to help me reach my goals, that are not going to make me smarter. As a matter of fact, my husband said, those shows are stressful. Like, I feel stressed out when I watch your shows. Why would you want to watch that much stress? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know why. So I'll be honest with you. The last 2 months, I let all of my shows go. I don't know what's going on in Nashville. I don't know what's going on in Suits, and that one really crushes me because he's so stinking handsome. Harvey is so good looking. I don't know what's going on in The Blacklist. I don't know what's going on in Younger, which makes me so sad because I loved those shows, but it was not helping me prioritize my time and use my time efficiently. I know, it's funny, but not funny. Sad. Okay? So, biggest time waster, scrolling through Facebook, Instagram without a purpose, TV watching, arguing. I spend a lot of time arguing with my kids and arguing with my husband, arguing with insurance companies when really it's unnecessary. So if you're an arguer, you're wasting a lot of time arguing. Just start doing, okay? Number 4. Complaining. Okay, so this one's twofold. Complaining and gossiping, right? I spend a lot of time complaining. And usually to my husband, but that time that I spend complaining, I could spend doing a whole lot of other things, okay? Now here's what I mostly complain about. I complain about not having enough time, which is ironic, because if I'm looking for more time, then maybe I should stop complaining about not having enough time and put that time into executing the goal that I'm working towards, right? Now, make plans to do something. That's the last biggest wasted time. So if you take the time to jot down all of your plans, all of your to-dos, and to map it out, and then you don't execute and follow this plan and get it done, then you've just wasted a ton of time of a plan, making a plan to make a plan. Make a plan, follow it through, see it through, do it, okay? Now, listen. It's okay if you don't have time to make nutrition a priority. It's okay if you don't have time to make exercising a priority. It's okay if you don't have time to make your husband's date nights a priority. It's okay to not have enough time in your day to do certain things. What is not okay is to use it as an excuse, okay? If your nutrition is failing and you are unhealthy and you are at risk of having diabetes, high cholesterol, being obese, it is no longer okay to use time as an excuse. What we say when we use time as an excuse is, it's not a priority to me right now. Because we decide what is a priority. We decide what is important. And when something is a priority and it's important to us, we make the time for it. Everyone gets the same 24 hours in a day. It's okay to not make date nights a priority if you don't have the time, but then you can't complain that you're disconnected from your husband and your relationship is suffering and struggling, because then we need to change our priorities, right? So I'm not saying you have to make nutrition a priority. You have to make physical exercise a priority, your husband, your kids, whatever, TV. I'm not saying you have to. What I'm saying is you can't use it as an excuse, because we all have the same amount of time in a day. When you say, I don't have the time to execute X, Y, and Z, what you are truly saying, and I do this, you guys, I do this to myself. What you are truly saying is X, Y, and Z is not a priority to me. It's not important to me. And this is a huge slap in my face right now, because right before my husband left with the kids to go up north, I had a total meltdown about how I didn't feel like I had enough time to hang out with our kids this summer. And the truth of the matter and the slap in the face is that I didn't make it a priority. That's a hard pill to swallow, right? That's a hard pill to swallow. I didn't make it a priority. So, who knew I was going to get emotional about this? So, now I have something I need to do. I need to grab my calendar and I need to make it a priority, right? Because if it's important to me, then I'm going to make the time for it. So there you have it. K-More Macro Live. Can't undo that or erase it. But it's the truth, you guys. And I always want to bring you guys raw realness and truth as life happens, because life is crazy and chaotic and busy and emotional and overwhelming, and we all screw up. We all mess up. We all don't make important things a priority, but we can't use this as an excuse, okay? So now I have something that I need to make a priority and something that I need to change, and I want you guys to ask yourself that same question. What is something that's important to me? What is something that I need to do? What's a goal that I have? And what do I need to change? What true sacrifices can I make to make that a priority? Like cutting out TV, like cutting out social media, like cutting out arguing and wasting time and energy on things that are not going to make you a better mom, a better person, healthier. That's the gut check, you guys. Those are the things that we need to really take the time and sit in and ask ourselves these questions. Where am I wasting time? What am I not prioritizing? And how can I change it? How can I make it better? How can I be better? And then that's how we get out of our funk. That's how we feel like we have the time to do it. And we feel satisfied and content and happy with the time that we are spending in it. So that's my little spiel for you guys today. I can't even believe that I got choked up and started crying. It just came out of nowhere. Rebecca, thank you for the little encouragement there, because that's always a little uncomfortable and embarrassing a tiny bit. So that's my challenge for you guys today. Stop making time an excuse and start owning it, and start making the time to make the things that are important to you a priority. That's all I got for you. If you like what you see and you want to know more, follow me, like my page. Also, share my stuff, you guys. It's the only way for me to get things out there and to let people know that I have a voice and I have some things to say and some things to share, is if you share videos like this and you share content from my page. That all helps me out big time. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will chat with y'all soon. Bye.